Balanced Scorecard, Strategy Performance Management Tool, a semi-standard structured report that can be used by managers to keep track of the execution of activities by the staff within their control and to monitor the consequences arising from these actions. In this course, we will cover the definition, benefits of balanced scorecard, four original business perspective, balanced scorecard measures, strategy map, strategic objectives, advantages of implementing balanced scorecard, use cases of balanced scorecard, integrating balanced scorecard, pitfalls of balanced scorecard. Balanced scorecard definition. The balanced scorecard is a very popular management tool used for monitoring, measuring, and reporting procedures. The balanced scorecard, referred to as the BSC, is a framework to implement and manage strategy. It links a vision to strategic objectives, measures, targets, and initiatives. It balances financial measures with performance measures and objectives related to all other parts of the organization. It is a business performance management tool. The balanced scorecard identifies the factors that create long-term economic value in an organization. Balanced Scorecard was first published in 1992 by Kaplan and Norton. A book followed in 1996. The Balanced Scorecard is a strategic planning and management system used to align business activities to the vision and strategy of the organization by monitoring performance against strategic goals. The BSC is not just a scorecard, it is a methodology. It starts by identifying a small number of financial and non-financial objectives related to strategic priorities. It then looks at measures, setting targets for the measures, and finally, strategic projects, often called initiatives. It is in this latter stage where the approach differs from other strategic methodologies. It forces an organization to think about how objectives can be measured and only then identifies projects to drive the objectives. Benefits of Balanced Scorecard. After decades since its introduction, the methodology is now accepted by many organizations as a de facto method to gather information, make decisions, and implement a strategy. It has been estimated more than 50% of medium to large organizations use the approach for business performance management. The key benefits are improved organizational alignment and communication, better strategic planning, improved performance reporting overall. Four business perspectives. The balance is brought about by a focus on financial and non-financial objectives that are attributed to the four areas of an organization. These are the perspectives. They are financial, customer, internal processes, and organizational capacity. The four perspectives are simply a framework. Financial. The high-level financial objectives and financial measures of the organization that help answer the question, how do we look to our shareholders? Financial objectives are usually the easiest to define and measure. However, creating a financial objective, for example, improve profit, rarely provides a clue as to how to achieve the objective. By linking objectives from the lower levels in the model, we begin to see exactly where to define the projects and make investments. Customer. Objectives and measures that are directly related to the organization's customers, focusing on customer satisfaction. To answer the question, how do our customers see us? It is always important to take a step outside the view of a company or organization from your customer's viewpoint. Internal processes. Objectives and measures that determine how well the business is running and whether the products or service conform to what is required by the customers. In other words, what should we be best at? Some of the biggest cost items can be reduced by streamlining internal processes. This is also the best area to focus on and new creative ideas. Organizational capacity. Objectives and measures concerning how well our people perform, their skills, training, company culture, leadership, and knowledge base. This area also includes infrastructure and technology. Organizational capacity tends to be the area where most investment takes place. It answers the question, how can we improve and create value? The real value of the perspective approach is that it provides a framework to describe a business strategy. It focuses on objectives and measures that both inform us about the progress and allow us to influence activities to achieve the strategy. Balanced scorecard measures. Financial. Return of capital employed, economic values, sales growth, cash flow. Customers, customer satisfaction, retention, acquisition, profitability, and market share. Internal business process includes measurement along the internal value chain for innovation, measure of how well the company identifies the customer's future needs. Operations, measure of quality, performance, cycle time, and cost. Learning and growth. People, employee retention, training, morale. System, measure of availability of critical real time information. Strategy map. The four scorecard perspectives are in a specific order and contain strategic objectives that contribute to a vision and mission. The objectives are linked in a causal way from the bottom to the top. The strategy map provides a very powerful tool allowing the user to talk about the causal impact of investment at the bottom to improve financial results at the top. What is interesting here is that the diagram has been created by a software tool. Software is not required, but it helps. Furthermore, good software tools will allow a user to drill down to the underlying data should the need arise to question a specific activity, objective, or performance measure. Howard Rolm, in his book The Institute Way, describes the balanced scorecard system and sums up strategic objectives by saying, strategic objectives are considered the DNA of the BSC system. Rolm recognizes that in any strategic planning process, the way to bring a strategy alive is to create meaningful strategic objectives. Strategic objectives apply to all levels of an organization. The statements used may be different in nature, but their impact will be the same. Strategic objectives are the building blocks of a good strategy. They give clear guidance to the organization as to what is important. Through description and cascade, they provide the means to ensure everyone is involved and aligned. Advantages of implementing a balanced scorecard. It gives structure to your strategy. Organizations frequently talk about organizational performance and strategy in a variety of ways. Thus, there are many different approaches to strategic management. The balanced scorecard is a logical, structured way to help the leaders of your organization ensure that all areas of the organization are covered in an easy to understand way. It helps keep your goals at the center, uses specific measurements to track progress, and follows initiatives to track actions. A structure those who use the BSC know and love. It makes it easy to communicate your strategy. A strategy map is designed to clearly communicate a strategic plan. It is a clean, simple visual aid used to align every department or division for the purpose of achieving high-level business goals. It aligns your departments and divisions. When implemented correctly, all divisions and departments should align with a common strategy, and the balanced scorecard facilitates this process. With the BSE structure, you can link your critical objectives to the objectives of a parent company or enterprise. Additionally, you can see how your measures may roll up to the enterprise level measures, how projects link to enterprise level projects, and more. It helps your employees see how their individual goals link to the organizational strategy. Using frameworks, the BSE allows individuals to align their goals across the organization. For example, an employee setting regular performance goals for an annual personal review can link their goals to those of their division or department, and from the division up through the entire organization. Thus, the BSE allows all of your employees to connect with what they are doing to the betterment of the team and the company as a whole. Case study: Royal Botanical Garden. The Royal Botanic Garden, Edinburgh, first adopted the balanced scorecard BSE in 2004. The senior management group, which was responsible for strategy development, used the BSE to answer who, what, why, where, and when. Questions prompted by the four perspectives as they related to the services that the RBGE provided to the external stakeholders. The original BSE created by the RBGE was employed as the basis of strategy and performance reviews. However, the prospect of a strategic review by an international peer group, along with an imperative to demonstrate alignment to the Scottish Government's national outcomes, prompted a deeper look at the organization's strategic objectives and underlying perspectives. The ensuing revisions included improved alignment between the RBGE's impact perspective and its activity perspective. This review also led to the development of an objective costing system linked to an existing performance management system that improved monitoring of performance against strategic objectives. Lessons learned. The balanced scorecard can be adapted to suit an individual organization. The effort and commitment required from senior management to transform strategic management processes should not be underestimated. Resistance to change may result as individuals become more accountable for their actions. Management accountants are well placed in the organization to become very involved in the development of the balanced scorecard and implementation process, thereby becoming an important strategic partner in the business. This is an illustration of an integrated balanced scorecard, which consists of four major modules: customer relationship, financial, internal processes, education, and growth. Pitfalls of balanced scorecard. While there are so many advantages to implementing a balanced scorecard system into your workplace, there are also potential roadblocks and disadvantages to balanced scorecards. It must be tailored to the organization. A balanced scorecard is supposed to provide a framework from which to work from. However, it will still need to be customized to every organization using this system. This can take up a lot of time, and while examples are helpful, they can't be copied exactly due to the unique needs of every business. It needs buy in from leadership to be successful. For the balanced scorecard system to be fully effective, it must be implemented from the bottom all the way to the top of the organizations. This means getting buy in from the leaders, which can sometimes take some convincing, not to mention the learning curve involved with getting the whole organization to use the new system. It can get complicated. The framework itself of balanced scorecards takes some time and dedication to understand. There are countless resources and case studies to read from, and it's easy to get bogged down with many different ways of using this method. It requires a lot of data. Most of the time, balanced scorecards require managers and team members to report informations, which means logging data. Many don't like this because they find it tedious, and also it can get in the way of doing the work required to meet the objectives. The key takeaways from this course are: the balanced scorecard is a very popular management tool used for monitoring, measuring, and reporting procedures. The balanced scorecard is a strategic planning and management system used to align business activities to the vision and strategy of the organization by monitoring performance against strategic goals. The main uses of the balanced scorecard is to improve the performance, productivity, focus on strategy, improve communication of the organization's vision and strategy, prioritize projects or initiatives. The four main perspectives of balanced scorecards are financial perspective, customer perspective, internal perspective, and learning and growth perspective. The strategy map provides a very powerful tool allowing the user to talk about the causal impact of investments at the bottom to improve financial results at the top. Strategic objectives turn a passive strategy into an active one. An active strategy is the one that motivates and drives people to do their best. The advantage of balanced scorecard are: it gives you structure to your strategy, it is easy to communicate your strategy, aligns your departments and divisions, helps your employees see how their individual goals link to the organizational strategy. The most common pitfalls are: not tailored. The balanced scorecard needs buy-in from leadership to be successful. It can get complicated and it requires a lot of data. Thank you. CloudLearn Incorporated is headquartered in Silicon Valley, California. Our mission is to help enterprises provide an engaging and impactful learning experience that improves business performance. We provide the industry's most modern LMS. For more information, visit us at www.cloudlearn.com or reach out to us at info@cloudlearn.com.